Today we're looking at mixed numbers and improper fractions. First of all, what is meant by a mixed number? Well, this number here, 2 3/4, is a mixed number because it's made up of a whole number and it's made up of a fraction. If you wanted to look at it in picture form, if I wanted to shade 2 3/4 of these shapes, then I'd shade in a complete one and another complete one, so that gives me my 2. And then if I look at this one, I need 3 out of the 4 shaded, so any 3 to shade like that. So that's what 2 3/4 looks like. I can now change that into so many quarters, because here I need 4 quarters, that gives me my whole one. This is another 4 quarters, that's my other whole one, and then I have 3 quarters. So in total I have 4 quarters plus 4 quarters, which gives me 8 quarters, and then I add another 3 quarters, which gives me 11 quarters. So that's how we can change a mixed number into an improper fraction. This is an improper fraction because the top number, or the numerator, is larger than the bottom number. But if you're given 10 or 15 of these questions to do, it's going to be quite long to try and work out what's going on. So if we compare the two 3/4 over 11 quarters, there has to be a quicker way of getting to this answer. And it's this. This is the method that you do. You take the whole number and you multiply it by the denominator. So you do 2 times 4. Which gives me the 8. Then I add the 3 onto that to give me 11. So if I put in brackets here, 2 times 4, add 3. And that's the same method that we use for every single question. So let's look at some examples now of how we can do that without drawing the diagrams. So I've got a series of questions here that I've already prepared, and we're just going to use the same method. Remember, it's this method. It's the whole number multiplied by the denominator, and then you add the numerator. So I do 4 times 5, which is 20, and I then got to add the 2 to give me 22. The denominator doesn't change, it stays as 5. Okay, 4 times 5, add 2. 4 times 5 is 20, add 2 is 22. If we look at this one, 3 1/6, I do the whole number, 3 times the 6, which gives me 18, plus the 1, which gives me 19. So that gives me 19 over 6. 3 times 6 is 18, plus 1 is 19, 19 over 6. If I look at this one, following exactly the same pattern, 2 times 9 is 18, plus the 8 is 26 over 9. Notice the denominator in every example stays exactly the same. That doesn't change. Last 3. 10 times 3 is 30. Add the 1 is 31. It gives me 31 over 3. Okay, 10 times 3 is 30, plus the 1 is 31. I'm going to just try and make that look a little bit neater. This one, exactly the same. 2 times 7, which is 14, plus the 5, which gives me 19. And remember, the denominator doesn't change, so it stays as 19 over 7. Final question. 6 times 4 is 24, plus the 3 is 27. Denominator doesn't change, that stays as 4. So my answer is 27 over 4. So the way to change a mixed number into an improper fraction is this method. Take the whole number, multiply it by the denominator, and add the numerator. And that's how we change mixed numbers into improper fractions.